to the Most High, Yahweh, Ba'ashim Yahushai, Ba'ashim HaKakodash, Yahweh being the Most High God, and Yahweh Shai is who the world isn't called Jesus the Christ. I want to give double honors to the apostles and the elders in Great Millstone who've been ruling well through the Spirit, bringing forth 100% the Most High doctrine to the best of their ability, teaching and believing His word. And the mighty Shalom for the hopeful elect scattered four corners of the earth. That's teaching His word and believing His word. Lord willing, the Most High continue to put it on your spirit to endure. And for the wives and the single sisters, Shalom. Lord willing, you can continue to be believers of His word. And Lord willing, the Most High have mercy on the other brothers and sisters that's not in the faith. The title of this is Get You Some True Friends and Watch Out for False Friends. Right? It just came to me by, hearing certain situations with certain brothers and sisters, and let alone while I'm at work, you hear people having problems with people they close with. So the first verse I'm going to go to is Proverbs 18, verse 24. And it reads, A man that hath friends must show himself friendly, and there is a friend that sticketh closer than a brother. Right? I brought this up because it's very important. Whatever you do, even if you in the truth and out the truth, that you have friends that's like a brother. A real brother. If somebody about to fight you, your brother is there. If you need help with money, your brother is there. Right? If you have a burden, your brother is there. If you're going through something, depression, right? That's what a real brother would be, right? And if we was to look at our brothers of the sons of Jacob, before they did what they did with Joseph, they were intact. Like, if you do something to one brother, man, we all coming through. Just like what Joseph put his brothers on trial, and you got brothers like, no, I'll stay. No, I'll stay. You know what? Why don't you just take all of us and we don't go back to our father, right? A real friend will act of the role of a true brother, right? So St. John, the 15th chapter, verse 12 to 17, it says, This is my commandment, that ye love one another as I have loved you, right? Greater love have no man than this, that a man lay down his life for his friends. So us laying ourselves like a living sacrifice, that shows you are a friend, right? That shows that you are a brother, man, right? And when I'm really saying laying down yourself like a living sacrifice, is doing the work of Yahweh Shema Shai, studying and proving yourself so that you could teach your brothers and your sisters of Israel in and out the truth, the mysteries of Yahweh Shema Shai, regardless if they hear or forbear, right? You'll lay yourself down for the persecution, for people to say that you crazy or you bugged out, right? Let alone you want to labor with brothers that's willing to go the distance, right? And if they see something wrong in the scriptures or they might not get it, they're going to come across to you and be like, yo, I actually see it this way. And there's nothing wrong that, hey, you ask a question and you like, yo, bro, I need some more understanding of this. A real brother or a real friend is going to break the scriptures down with you, right? Sharpen your sword, right? It says, ye are my friends if ye do whatsoever I command you. So we will be friends of Hamashiach Yahweh Shai. We'll be brothers, sisters, and mothers to Hamashiach Yahweh Shai if we do the will of his Father, right? It says, henceforth I call you not servants, for the servant know not what his Lord doeth, but I have called you friends. For all things that I have heard of my Father I have made known unto you. Ye have not chosen me, but I have chosen you, and ordained you, that ye should go and bring forth fruit. So the Lord chose his specific men that's going to actually go do his work, right? Even if you might feel like you're not worthy or you don't feel you're a prophet or evangelist, the Lord chose you. Now, you could be teaching some heresies or some OT only, New Testament, some new. The Lord chose you to bring out confusion, right? Everybody has a course and everybody has a job, but you want to make sure that you're around friends that can reflect on your mission, on your course, right? So he chose us to bring forth fruit, that your fruit should remain and that whatsoever ye shall ask of the Father in my name, he may give it to you. These things I command you, that ye love one another, right? And we should love one another as family, right? So going back to Proverbs 27, verse 5 and 6, and it reads, open rebuke is better than secret love. Faithful are the wounds of a friend, but the kisses of an enemy are deceitful. Just like Judas Iscariot, how he kissed Hamashiach Yahushua, but it was a kiss of this of being of deceit, right? But faithful are the wounds of a friend. A friend might wound you when it comes to like the way you teaching. He might correct you on what you brought out, right? Or a brother might say you're going off, or brother you slacking. The wounds of a friend, the the faithful are the wounds of a friend, right? A true friend's wound is going to be faithful. Let alone it will help you grow, because the Lord said that all scriptures was given for inspiration, for correction, reproof, rebuke, and doctrine, right? All praise be to Yahweh Shemel Shai. The next precept, we're going to go to Proverbs 17:17. It says, a friend loveth at all times, and a brother is born for adversity, right? So a friend is going to love at all times, especially if you have a sincere friend, right? Going back to Proverbs 27 and reading verse 17, it says, iron sharpen iron, so a man sharpeneth the countenance of his friend, right? And that's what a true friend is going to sharpen you up, so that you can be a better soldier for Yahweh Shema Shai, so you can be a better man, a better husband, right? This is what this ministry about. Especially if somebody want to hear the word and learn, you're going to sharpen his sword so he can understand. Somebody that's coming with contention, or a brother that you could be teaching an OT only, and he got his foot stuck where it's at, and he's not going to see it. There's no point of trying to drown that brother in understanding, because he's not going to get it, right? You should be building with somebody that wants to build a foundation with you, right? 1 John chapter 4, 1 John chapter 4, verse 1. It says, beloved, believe not every spirit, but try the spirits whether they are of the Most High, because many false prophets are gone out into the world. And this is what you have to do if you're looking for a congregation to build with, or brothers to labor with, right? Just because brothers might just only be saying Yahweh Shema Shai, just because you see brothers in the highways and byways, you see them doing videos, don't believe every spirit. And where we're about to go to, you should prove a friend before you credit him, right? You got to see their works. And through the spirit, you're going to try the spirit, right? And that might come by you asking questions, constantly watching them, seeing what videos they watch. Hey, the Lord might allow you to bump across them, and you'll see how they, by you talking to them, how they answer questions. And guess what? Your spirit is going to recognize you. You're going to get a vibration on, yo, I like the way this man teach. You know what? I respect that he in the truth. I don't like how I teach, or it's something I disagree. The Lord is going to reveal those things to you, right? Let's go to Sirach 6. I'm trying to make this quick because I got to go back into work. Sirach chapter 6, verse 5 to 9. It says, sweet language with multiple friends and a fear-speaking tongue will increase kind greetings. Be in peace with many, nevertheless, have but one counselor of 1,000. So choose one counselor over 1,000. Don't have many counselors. If thou wouldest get a friend, prove him first. And that just go by try the spirit, right? And be not hasty to credit him. For some man is a friend for his own occasion, and will not abide in the day of trouble, right? You could be going through something and the brother is not laboring with you, right? He not dealing with you. As soon as you fall, He's out of there. But you want a brother that's there when you have a burden, through thick and thin, for the smallest and greatest matter. Right? Verse 9. And there is a friend who, being turned to enmity and strife, will discover thy reproach. Now we're gonna go to Psalms real quick. Psalms 55, I believe, 12 and 13. It says, "For it was not an enemy that reproached me, then I could have borne it. Neither is it he that hated me that did magnify himself against me. Then I would have hid myself from him. But it was thou, a man my equal, my guide, my acquaintance." Right? Reading that part again where it said, "Neither was it he that hated me that did magnify himself against me. Then I would have hid myself from him." Right? Just to dumb it down for y'all. 12 and 13. "If it were an enemy making fun of me," the GNT, "I could endure it. If it were an opponent boasting over me, I could hide myself from him. But it is my companion, my colleague, and close friend." Right? This is why you have to approve a friend before you credit him. Right? Nigga could be talking a whole bunch of shit behind you, and you might think it's somebody wicked over there that's doing it. Right? This is why you have to approve a friend before you credit them. Right? You gotta see the ugly in somebody to know what you're dealing with. Right? So Rock chapter 6, I'm gonna read 9 to 11. "And there is a friend who, being turned into enmity and strife, will discover thy reproach. Again, some friend is a companion at the table, and will not continue in the day of thy affliction. But in thy prosperity he will be as thyself, and will be bold over thy servants." Right? So some friends are just a companion at the table, but he will not continue in the day of your affliction. So let's get a precept. Let's go to Job 19:19 real quick. Job 19:19. This is what it says. "All my inward friends abhor me. They hate me. And they whom I loved are turned against me." Right? Yeah, and the ones that you love or the ones that you keep close, depending on what friend that is, especially in the spirit, you know, uh, where was we at? Right? Ones that say that they love you, brothers that's willing to lay their lives down for you, should never turn against you. Right? And you never know a man's agenda, right, until it actually happens. Right? This is why you want to do a deep search with somebody. Or the Lord will just reveal to you what type of nigga this mother sucker is, right? Proverbs chapter 19, I'm going to read verse 4 and drop down to 7. It says, "Wealthy maketh many friends." So the more money you have, or any type of money, more people want to fuck with you. "But the poor is separated from his neighbor," right? Because niggas is allergic to being broke, right? "A false witness shall not be unpunished." Oh no, Salaki. We dropping to verse 7. It said, "All the brethren of the poor do hate me. How much more do his friends go far for him? He pursueth them with words, yet they are wanting to him." Right? And when you read verse 7 G and T for y'all, it says, "Even the relatives of a poor person have no use for him." Right? So the relative of poor, like if you ever seen Jungle Fever with Samuel Jackson, right? Even the relatives of a poor man, a poor person, have no use for him. No wonder he has no friends. No matter how hard he tries, he cannot win. Right? A poor man won't win. Right? But this is why any person that's not gonna win, any person that's striving, that got money, anybody that has good health, anybody that has a good head on their shoulder, you need a righteous friend, somebody that's gonna go the distance, right? Let's say Jeremiah and Baruch. You know, Jeremiah's words got burnt. Baruch was willing to write those things over again, right? Look at Yahushai. He died for the children of Israel, right? You need a friend that's willing to go the distance, right? Look at Peter and Paul, right? Look at all the men of the Lord, man. They was willing to go thick and thin. Look at Moses. He couldn't get in the promised land, but he still followed the order of the Lord, and he walked Israel to that border. He was striving not only for him, but for his nation, because he loved his people and he loved his God, right? You need a friend that's going to go beyond measure, right? So now let's go back to Sirach chapter 6, and we're going to close it out. Verse 11 to 17. It says, but in thy prosperity he will be as thyself, and will be bold over thy servants. If thou be brought low, he will be against thee, and will hide himself from thy face. Separate thyself from thy enemies, and take heed of thy friends. Right? So you need to take heed of who your friends is. A faithful friend is a strong defense, and he that have found such in one have found a treasure. So I'm gonna be honest. The brothers that I labor with, I don't care if we disagree or we do agree. These brothers right here is my strong defense. Because if something wrong with me, or if I'm going off, or I'm teaching some shabba dabba doo doo, they're gonna come and correct me, because they wouldn't be my friends or my brothers if they allow me to go out teaching this shenanigans, right? Out here teaching like one body of delinquents, right? I want brothers that's gonna either correct me, uplift me, sharpen up my sword. If they got a breakdown, they got all the notes, they gonna send those notes and be like, yo, bro, if anybody need these notes, take it. Hey, do anybody want to read a chapter, right? My brothers that I labor with, who I believe, right, from Sam, Asher to Yarmayan, even Bashar, right, they are my strong defense, right? And I still have to observe. I have to study these brothers, and I've been around them so much that I'm watching this and I'm watching that, right? But most of the brothers that I labor with right now, they've been fitting all the blocks that even my own family can't even fit, right? Verse 15, it says, nothing doeth countervail a faithful friend, and his excellence is invaluable. A faithful friend is the medicine of life, and they that fear Yahweh Shemashai shall find him, right? You're going to find that friend of medicine, right? Yes, we might have herbalists in our nation, but when you have a friend, a faithful friend, that person is a medicine of life. Hearing your friend giving you motivation, your friend giving you advice on what to do, what not to do, what medicine to take, guess what? That's true medicine, right? It will probably put more years, more time on your age. The next verse, it says, whoso feareth Yahweh Shemashai shall direct his friendship aright. For as he is, so shall his neighbor be also. So if you truly fear Yahweh Shemashai, the Lord is going to only put men of equal level as you. Somebody that has that fear Yahweh Shemashai, the Lord is going to put him or her in the midst of you, right? So definitely, you want to praise Yahweh Shemashai for the friend that you have. And if you don't have it, you should be doing a diligent search for somebody that can help you grow into pleasing the Most High, because you always need that. A friend is like a backbone, because when you feel like you're going off, you teaching something wrong, you need help with praying, that friend right there, outside of everybody in the world, niggas that you don't know, niggas that you just hear in the video, the people that you do know, people you break bread with, people you teach with, you do feast days with, you need to hit them up when there's a problem. Even when something good, if you want to break bread, you want to go do something, it should be the ones that will lay their life down, right? Lay their life down for this ministry. Be the ones to lay their life down for you by taking your burden. You going through something, you call them, yo, I just got shot. They stop doing what they doing and they pulling up, right? So Lord willing, this was edifying for whoever think that they're having problems with friends, family, or whatever. Your true family is the ones that's doing the will of Yahweh Shema Shai, right? Mark the 3rd chapter, verse 35. He that do the will of my Father is my brother, mother, and sister. And that's the same way how I feel. That's your true family. Israel in general is your family. But the ones that do the work of the Most High on this side, That is your true family. So, Lord willing, you choose your friend wisely and observe. Till next time, is your brother Dargabar, endure to the end. And I'm going to say Yahweh Speed, Yahweh Shemal Shai, Bashim Kakadash, Shalom.